Color photo here of Arnold Palmer ball and a dog.
Yeah, my first marriage, my wife bought a Pomeranian dog, and actually she worked at the bank and bought it in a drive-through.
Really?
And the dog slowly took to me, but she came up with a really good name for it, Arnie Palmer for Pomeranian.
Oh, wow.
And Arnie stayed with me, and when I started playing Chautauqua, I asked Stan Marshas, I says, can I bring the dog along at night when I'm playing alone? And he said, oh, sure. And everybody noticed the dog, and Carol Haas, who runs the snack bar, was told, all of her employees were told, you have a dish of ice cream for Arnie when he gets here. But other people would bring their dog and said, "Wow, that's a good idea. The dog would get exercise." And Stan Marshas would come out on his golf cart and say, "You know the rules. You can't have a dog out here." And he'd be driving away, and I'm sure they were saying, "What about Scott's dog?" Well, Arnold had a lot of. He was like a member up there, and a lot of fun to play with. He had 9 lives. I got out of the car one time, and I heard a commotion over by the practice green, and I went over there. And Arnold's entire head was inside. Super Dave, who worked on the course, had his bulldog there. And Arnold's got to go make trouble everywhere he went. And the dog had Arnold's head inside of his mouth entirely, and he wouldn't let up. Finally, Dave got the dog to unclench it. And he was unconscious, and I picked up the dog and threw him in the car and headed for Rappol's office. And we're driving about a few miles down the road, and I hear this barking in the back seat. And I look, and it's Arnold spotted some cows in the yard, and he was up and alive again. And Doc Rappol said, "Yeah, he just had a lot of shock." And
I would say so, yeah.
But I don't know if the people at Chautauqua are going to like this in this interview, but Arnold died in the middle of winter, and I didn't know what to do with him. He was such a close pet, almost like a son to me. And I took him up to Chautauqua, and in the middle of the woods between 9 and 7, I buried him there.
That's a great story.
But several years after that, 20 years after, no, maybe not, 10 years after that, between 10 and 15, I'm looking for balls over in that area where I buried him. And I look down and I pick up an Arnold Palmer ball from decades old. And you just got to believe.
Wow. And that's the ball?
Then that's the ball. You won't find that ball played in 50 years, you know.
Right, golly. Well, this whole... Your road along golf and some of the stories is just meant to